Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be going over what I would do if I were starting a YouTube cash cow channel in 2022. So these are the exact steps that I do in 7 steps. But before we get started, feel free to sign up for my free webinar training down below where I go over my top 10 ways to go viral on YouTube without showing your face. It's absolutely free and it includes my $5,000 course guarantee, which you do not want to miss. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. Now, in regards to YouTube automation, I think it's an absolutely fantastic, timeless business model. Other people may say otherwise, but this is just my opinion. The very first step that I would do is, it's nothing surprising. I would first choose a specific niche, okay? So choose a specific niche, and these are kind of my cutoffs on the don'ts. I wouldn't do meditation. So I previously made a video on why meditation is the worst YouTube cash cow channel idea. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. It's one of my most recently posted videos. I wouldn't do a meditation channel. I also wouldn't do compilation channels simply because they can't be monetized, okay? If you happen to see someone who... One thing to learn is that just because you see ads on a YouTube video, it does not mean that the channel is monetized, okay? So don't do compilation channels. Don't do general top 10 unless you're in it for the long-term route, okay? I only recommend doing general top 10 channels for people who are expecting results within, our year plus. For people who are more experienced with cash cow channel niche, I wouldn't recommend it if it's your first cash cow channel. Regarding choosing a specific niche, I would model after someone who you kind of want to be, and I call this, this is what I teach my students, I call this an inspiration channel. So an inspiration channel is basically a YouTube channel in which you kind of want to be like them. So usually this channel has less than 500,000 subscribers ideally, but even more ideal than that is you want this inspiration YouTube channel to kind of not have subscribers as a reason why the channel is succeeding. So to kind of give you an idea, if I look up top 10 LeBron James things you didn't know, I'm just trying to find a cash cow YouTube channel, and the way I do that is I just do a simple search result, and I have this free vidIQ tool installed that shows me the number of subscribers that these channels have without me having to click on them. So I'm looking for smaller channels, okay? So here we have everything top 10, 84K subs, and we have NBA Zone 200K subs. I have a feeling that these are cash cow YouTube channels, so I'll actually open the link. And again, this blue number, I highly recommend the free version of vidIQ, but let's see what they look like. So right now I'm just trying to find an inspiration channel, a channel in which they're posting videos that get videos to go viral, and they don't really take into consideration the number of subscribers that they have, because you want to relate to this channel. If you're new to cash cow YouTube channels, you're going to be starting off with 0 subscribers. So you don't want to be following a channel that has millions of subscribers, because they have a bias towards them. They have a initial view velocity, which you do not have. So something like NBA Zone, okay, you may want to bookmark them and model after them, but you can see that they're uploading top 10 YouTube videos, all faceless, all regarding NBA. So maybe this is a channel that you want to get inspired from. So this would be your niche, and this would be your model channel. So I'm not recommending that you copy them explicitly, but you keep an eye on them and you see what videos work for them. And so, something like here, most shocking NBA transformations in 2021, 100,000 views 1 month ago. Maybe you want to post a most shocking NBA transformations video as well. So with that being said, choose a specific niche. You can go into celebrities, TV shows, movies, tech, luxury. I would recommend a niche in which you can target specific names, okay? So let me write here, a niche that can target specific names, whether it's names of celebrities, so celebrities, athletes, TV shows, tech, gadgets. So a niche that you can target specific names. So specific names of celebrities, specific names of athletes, TV shows, tech, gadgets. General top 10, doing a channel like on top 10 most luxurious yachts, that's not specific enough. So I would stay away from that, okay? So step number 1, choose a specific niche. Don't go too crazy. Don't worry about the CPM, okay? One of the biggest things people always take into consideration is like, oh, I don't want to go into this niche because it has a low CPM. I kid you not, no matter what, I may be wrong. Again, this is just my opinion, but I feel like if you get a million views, no matter what niche you're in, you are going to make money. So ideally, let me write some more notes on here, guys, okay? Something that you're familiar with, and don't worry about CPM, okay? CPM, that'll come later. And like I said, getting a million views, you'll at least guarantee a couple $1,000s if you get a million views on a video, no matter what niche it is. So don't take that into consideration. Don't just go into luxury or finance or make money online because, you know, people are absolutely crushing in CPM. Unless you know something about the niche, then that's when I would recommend doing it. But go into something that you're familiar with. Don't make CPM a very primary factor that you should be relying on. And then regarding to other things I already mentioned, right? Now, the next step that I would do is come up with 10 topics. Okay, so 10 topics is usually how many topics I start with myself or my clients. I try to go for 8 trending topics, 8 popular names that are out in the media, 8 popular TV show names, 8 popular movie names, 8 popular athlete names. Use Google News. It's free. Okay, so use Google News. So I would simply just type google.com. And I went over this as my previous example, but I went over the Dave Chappelle drama being canceled. I'll just look up the news, see that if there's a lot of news articles, see how these have been posted 4 hours ago, 4 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. There's a lot of drama regarding Dave Chappelle. See Dave Chappelle hours ago. It's trending news, okay? A lot of people are writing about it, so you can just take one of these topics and twist it. So use Google News, look at your inspiration channel. So if you're into sports, you would see what NBA Zone is posting. So here we have a video called what young NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball, 16K views, what most shocking NBA transformations. So again, being familiar with the sport. The reason why this is working, okay, me knowing basketball, this is something that people have to know that others wouldn't. Zion, this player's name is Zion Williamson, and he's undergoing a transformation where people are kind of criticizing him for gaining weight. So this is why this video is working. LaMelo Ball right now, he's a really hot NBA player who's doing really well in the NBA. So this is why this video is working right now. At least that's my opinion. So that's why, tying back to step number 1, make sure it's something that you're familiar with, because you don't want to just go into a niche just for the sake of going into the niche. You should at least have some inside thought regarding, okay, I actually can be in the shoes of my viewers. This is what I would resonate with, right? Me knowing that Zion Williamson is getting criticized for gaining weight, yet this thumbnail shows that he's getting really buff. That's why this video is working. And that's inside things. This really ties into step number 1, in which you should be familiar with your niche, at least in the starting stages, okay? So come up with 10 topics, 8 trending topics, 2 evergreen topics. So don't get me wrong in terms of a common misconception is that people think trends die on a specific date, and that is not true, okay? Trends can last months, even a year from now. I have trending videos, quote unquote trending videos, in which, let's say for example, Ellen DeGeneres had some huge controversy behind her way back in COVID. That was over a year ago, but that video is still racking up almost like 50,000 views every 48 hours. Trends really don't die on a specific date, guys, okay? It's really hard. There's not a specific day in which, okay, this trend is just gonna, this video, because it's quote unquote trending, it's gonna stop getting views after, let's say, X date. That doesn't happen, you know? Trending videos can still get views years from now. People are still gonna browse through it. People may still be interested in watching it. They may not even know about the trend, and that's why they're going to click on it. So don't be afraid of trending topics. The reason why I call them trending is because it's really hot right now and it's good to capitalize on. But don't be afraid of trending topics, okay? Evergreen topics for me are usually just a general 10 things you didn't know about blank. That's just evergreen. I usually just fit 2 of those in there. But trending, I capitalize highly on trending. Trending to me is usually time-sensitive topics. But again, don't be afraid of the fact that it's gonna die in like X amount of months, because you'd be surprised that trending videos that you post today can still get views like perhaps even a year from now, right? So that's step number 2. So just to review, we have step number 1, choose a specific niche. Step number 2, come up with 10 topics. Now step number 3, optimize the topics with vidIQ. Sorry, it wasn't supposed to say video. It's supposed to be vidIQ. Optimize the topics with vidIQ. So let's pretend that we want to write about LaMelo Ball. Okay, what young NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball. I use vidIQ. I think it's a fantastic tool. The free version that you can use is Google Keyword Tool, but for this sake, I do believe in investing into your channel. And with that tools, I use the vidIQ tool. I think at the very lowest plan, it's at $10 a month. But I would just type in here LaMelo Ball. And what I'm looking for are keywords related to LaMelo Ball. So he's in the Hornets, he's Charlotte Hornets, and then we have NBA. So whenever I come up with a video topic, I try to come up with 2 to 4 keywords that I can use in the title, and I make sure that the keyword, the primary keyword, which is LaMelo Ball, is at the beginning of my title. So again, so this is the topic that I derive from. Okay, what young NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball. And if you watch one of my previous videos, you'll know that. So this is the original title. What NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball. So I went over a previous video. Oh gosh, I made so many videos that I forgot the title of it. But regarding titles, okay, I'm just going to reiterate. Titles for videos, it should be no more than 70 characters. Opposing sides really works. And questions. Okay, and verb in the title. Okay. So with that being said, we have the original title. What is our new title going to be? You know, we want it to be about LaMelo Ball, and keywords I chose were NBA, Charlotte Hornets, and LaMelo Ball. So the new title, using the keywords and using the criteria, usually I'll type something like, and then here, primary keyword in front. So it'll be LaMelo Ball. So because the original title is what NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball, so I'll say calls out from the Charlotte. So this is what I would title my video. Maybe it's too long. I'll just take out the word Charlotte. Some LaMelo Ball, and to make it even shorter, I'll do something like parentheses. Parentheses are something I use a lot. So LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets calls out NBA players. And then the thumbnail idea that I have is like, it'll be a breaking news thumbnail in which I'll say, it'll show LaMelo Ball speaking, and the headline will be like, I'm the best player, or something like that. Sparking interest, getting people to think, okay? So do you see how this is the title in which I get from my inspiration channel? And the reason why I'm choosing this is because it got more views than the other videos. Ideally, I would choose a video that got over 200,000 views, but let's just pretend that this video did get over 200,000 views, okay? So that's the original video, and this is my criteria when it comes to optimizing topics with vidIQ. So I used vidIQ to find similar keywords that I want to include in the title, and I choose about 2 to 4 keywords. So no more than 70 characters. The thing with video topics that go viral, it really helps when there's 2 opposing sides to the videos, okay? I go over this in another video, but 2 opposing sides. So in this case, it's LaMelo Ball versus NBA players. That's what really helps. Another type of video that works well is questions. So in this case, in the example channel, I kind of see this video as a question. What do young NBA players really think of LaMelo Ball? That's how you can phrase this into a question, and that's how it works. So either a question or opposing sides, or when I do the opposing sides, or whenever I create a title, I always try to include a verb in the title, okay? And I always try to capitalize it. So capitalize. Verb in the title, capitalize it. Calls out NBA players. And then primary keyword up front, which is LaMelo Ball. That's who the video is about. So my new title, LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets calls out NBA players. Maybe I'll say live on TV. Okay, depending how long this is. I don't know if this is 70 characters. I think it might be, but let's just pretend that it is. So this would be my overall title. LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets calls out NBA players live on TV. Thumbnail idea that I already have in mind, that I thought of, is that the text for the thumbnail would say, I'm the best player. Keywords, NBA, Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball. You see how it all ties in? Even NBA players technically would be a long tail keyword, but that is step number 3, okay? I mean, I hope this helps you think of how to, this is what I mean by optimizing topics with vidIQ. So you have your original title, and this original title can also be a news article, okay? It could be any of these news articles. And then you just follow this criteria, okay? Whether you want to use opposing sides, questions, verbs in title, primary keyword up front, get 2 to 4 keywords from vidIQ, and then just input it into a creative title like this, right? So that's step number 3. Now, just to recall, step number 1, choose a specific niche. Step number 2, come up with 10 topics. Step number 3, optimize the topics with vidIQ. Step number 4 is find a team to create the video. Ideally, I would get the videos for less than $100 per video. I think $100, especially if it's high quality, I would gladly pay $100 for a quality video. However, you know, I understand that overhead is a factor, so if you can create them yourself, that would be great as well. When I first started YouTube automation over 2 years ago, I remember doing the scripts. I remember doing the video editing. It took me a while. I remember doing the voiceover. In order to scale, you do eventually have to find a team to create your videos. Okay, scaling is important, especially when it comes to YouTube automation and cash cow channels. So again, step number 1, choose a specific niche. Step number 2, come up with 10 topics. Step number 3, optimize the topics with vidIQ. Step number 4, find a team to create the video. Step number 5, okay, create the best possible thumbnails. So when I teach thumbnails to my students, I like to teach, there's lots of types of thumbnails I teach in my course, okay? But for the sake of just demonstration, I want to teach single scene thumbnails, split screen thumbnails, and breaking news type style thumbnails. So single scene thumbnails, okay? The ones with the lines here, you see the lines in the middle? These are very popular for going viral, and these are what I like to call split screen thumbnails, because there's 2 sides to the screen, it's split in half, and it kind of shows like a left to right sequence. Split screen thumbnails. Single scene thumbnails, I'm not sure if this channel has any examples, but let's see. Single scene thumbnails, on the other hand, these are videos that just show an entire image as a whole. So I would consider this as a single scene thumbnail. You know, it's just a whole image, a singular image. Not a lot is happening. You can instantly just see what's happening without having to analyze every single detail in the image. So this is a single scene. And then here is a split screen. Okay, so you see the difference, right? So now breaking news type style thumbnails. These videos don't have it, but I tend to do it a lot across my videos. But you see how there's text here? I would pretend like this is a breaking news video. So I would do a red banner and then have the icon that says breaking news. And that's what I call a breaking news type style thumbnails. And I usually use this across single scene or split screen thumbnails. So tying back to my idea of the thumbnail that says I'm the best player, I would honestly just have like a single scene image of LaMelo Ball getting interviewed. So let me actually look it up for you guys. So google.com, LaMelo Ball interview. So I would just take one of these images. Okay, any of the ones where it looks like he's talking. Yeah, like this one, maybe this one. Let's see what else. Not too many, but this one especially. Look, see how it looks like he's getting interviewed? I would just take one of those, and then with the breaking news type style thumbnail, I would just up here use a breaking news icon, a red banner here, and then the text on that red banner would say I'm the best player, and that would be my thumbnail idea. Okay, so take the time to create the best possible thumbnails for these 10 videos, because I kid you not, when you create your first viral video that makes you like over $10,000 and you only spent like $100 to make it, you are gonna be very glad that you took the time to spend all that time on these really good quality thumbnails, right? So that's step number 5, create the best possible thumbnails for your 10 videos. So just to reiterate, we have choose a specific niche, come up with 10 topics, optimize the topics with vidIQ, find a team to create the video, create the best possible thumbnails. Now step number 6 is simply to upload the videos, okay? Upload once every 3 days, so that kind of covers a month. I think ideally, yeah, I'd say 3 times a week, or every 3 days is ideal. So that consists of about 10 videos, will last you about a month. Nothing too detailed here. This is just my preference. You can change it. I would not recommend uploading all 30 videos at once or uploading more than one video per day, because I think 3 days gives it enough time for the YouTube algorithm to kind of recognize your video from your channel and see where it wants to place it. So upload once every 3 days. And just to reiterate again, choose a niche, come up with 10 topics, optimize the topics with vidIQ, find a team, create the best possible thumbnails, upload the videos, and then analyze the results. So in regards to analyzing the results, okay, read your upside down triangle. If you don't know what the upside down triangle is, let me show you. Let's go into YouTube, go into YouTube Studio. And so, sorry guys, excuse me. So the upside down triangle is like a must know when it comes to analyzing your YouTube analytics. It's so important, and a lot of people fail to actually even look at it. And what this upside down triangle does is that it tells you what you should focus on, whether it's impressions, CTR, video content, and then from that you'll know which topics to double down on your next batch of 10. So here, if you click on analytics on the left hand side, and then you click on, I think it's reach. You click on reach. Sorry guys, it's taking so long. Please bear with me. But while that loads, okay. So this is the upside down triangle that I promote heavily on, that you should understand. Because when you start posting videos, okay, there's 3 things that you can kind of alter. Think of each YouTube video as like an experiment. And there's 3 things that you can alter to kind of tweak the video and give it a better chance of appearing in the algorithm. You have one, which is the metadata, which is your title, description, tags, okay? And that leads to impressions. You know, that's how YouTube is able to find your content mainly. It's based on whatever keywords you're using in the title, what keywords you're using in the description, and minorly what keywords you're using in the tags. The second thing you can alter is your click-through rate. And click-through rate comes from your title, and click-through rate also comes from your thumbnail, okay? And then the third thing you can alter is your video content. However, with video content, it's hard to kind of alter it once you've already actually made the video, right? Because no one really wants to take down the video and then edit it and then re-upload it. Ideally, what you want to do is like create just better content within your future videos. So I honestly spend most of my time on these 2 metrics. Video content is a constant, ever-growing thing that I always try to improve on future videos. I don't really take down old videos and improve them. I improve future videos. So with this upside down triangle, you ideally want this first tier up here. You want this to be as close to 100% as possible. And if it's not at 100%, then you have an optimization problem. You need to be creating searchable content. You need to be using better keywords or more keywords. And you need to be creating, you know, more videos technically. So don't jump straight into thinking that your thumbnails are a problem if you're not getting a reasonable amount of impressions. Because some of your videos, they may get like 100 impressions and they may get like a 3% click-through rate. I have had so many videos in which I've posted them and they don't go viral until like 466 days later, okay? And that just goes to show that maybe it's not your fault that your videos aren't working. It's YouTube's fault, you know? And you just have to wait. You just have to wait for the YouTube algorithm to recommend your video to the correct audience. So just because you get a click-through rate of like 3%, it might be because YouTube isn't showing your video to the correct audience, right? So if this number isn't above like 80%, I'd say, above 75%, I would keep on creating more videos and really focusing on keywords, inputting good keywords within your title, inputting good keywords in your descriptions, and inputting good keywords in your tags. And once you get this to 80%, you know that your videos are getting seen from basically what it says what here. You know that YouTube is recommending your content based on your keywords, which is good. That's a good, okay? You've mastered keywords. So once this is above 80%, I'd say, that's when you focus on click-through rate. And an average click-through rate on YouTube is anywhere between 3 and 7%. Above 7%, ideally over 10%, that is a really popping click-through rate. But then after you master impressions, that's when I would focus on improving your click-through rate, which is title and thumbnail. And once you master, you know, if you get above a 10% average click-through rate, you are absolutely rock solid. That's when I would focus on the actual content of your video. So then that's when I would click on engagement. and I've done this plenty of times, that's when I would look at the typical above intros. That's when I would look at the below typical intros and really analyzing where people dip off and analyzing where people spike up. So that's how, step by step, I would analyze your YouTube channel and know what to focus on specifically. So that's actually the last step, okay? And then you would double down on topics that are working. So in terms of what I mean by doubling down, you would double down on videos that are performing better than others. So in the case of NBA Zone, let's pretend that these videos were our first 6 videos. I would make another shocking NBA transformations video. I would make another video on LaMelo Ball. That's what I mean by doubling down. All right. So I think this video is already long enough. I didn't mean it to be 25 minutes, but that's all I have in terms of my 7 steps for what I would do when it comes to starting a cash cow channel. And just to reiterate, choose a specific niche, come up with 10 topics, optimize the topics with vidIQ, find a team to create the videos. Oh, sorry. Maybe Fiverr or Upwork to help you look. Okay. Create the best possible thumbnails, upload the videos, analyze the results, and then that's it. That's 7 steps. You just recycle this after. Do batches of 10. I think 10 is a reasonable amount to post. But aside from that, that's all I have for this video, everyone. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help you all. And if you watched up to this point, thank you so much for watching this whole video. I really appreciate it. All right. Hope to see you guys in the next video. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.